Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bart and Stacy from the Sound Couple. It is 1:45 and we are headed off to an in-town gig again, afternoon. And we've been a little bit busy kind of in between gigs, just doing the normal maintenance and things to kind of keep up. One thing that I discovered after our previous gig is one of the phones that we are using happened to be dead. Well, when I plugged it in and figured that, oh yeah, the brick is working, it's all good, and evidently not. One of my ideas was to make sure that we had enough longer cables, so we ended up buying 6-foot cables for the power so it can reach anybody and not have to worry about where they're sitting. And in testing how it works, we found out that we had a bad brick. Lesson learned. Stacy needs to not just set it and forget it. She needs to make sure it gets plugged in and it's on and it's working. So That's my lesson for today.
Verification. We find that a little bit. It happens to us all, but with Stacy, I hear, well, I turned it on, and anyway, not verifying what your expectations is actually what's happening. Stacy, you said a couple of key words there. You said maintenance, like everybody does. Not everybody does maintenance, and I think we've talked a lot about on that channel. We don't do a lot of videos on it, but it is something that is really important. We are continuously identifying, improving. This week we did a couple things. We had a bad snake channel, only for phantom power on our drum snake. So we replaced that cable. The other thing, we had a couple mic stands, which we did a video on. They're older, they're quality, but the pads are just getting worn out, and we found some, and Stacy went through and replaced all of those, so now our stands are all nice and tight. If you're not doing your maintenance, you're not doing your job, in our opinion. You got to stay up on stuff. You can't wish things away. If you see a problem, sometimes that takes time. I'm not saying everything is easy. The things that you have control over, don't let them sit and just cause you issues gig after gig. So what Stacy was talking about, we're adding the power cords. So one of the things that has really become successful that we've talked a lot about the last few gigs is our use of in-ears. I think today we're going to be using 7 mixes, some wedges, some on ears, and some providing their own ear hardware, not only their earbuds but their units as well. So what I've done is I've actually took the time then to devise a naming convention on our mixes for not only me but for Stacy, so when we're wiring up the stage, we know, is it a wedge, is it a wired in-ear, is it a wireless in-ear, and is it musician provided equipment. And that way we're not spending the time discussing or whatever, it's just in the wording. Again, today I'm expecting this will go quick. It's a wedding, it's an early night, we're 20 minutes from home, we're not so used to that, we're jumping into the car. It's like, we better get our video going because we're going to be to the gig really soon. So we love that. For whatever reason, we've been lucking out Stacy on the ceremony and other duties. We're like coming in, setting up, within a couple hours the band is playing, and we're out. So 3.5 hour gigs. Love it. Hey everybody, it's 2:05. We are here. We got until 6 officially. So plenty of time. Stacy's getting out of the band. Let's pop in and see what we're looking at. We got the garage door there. We will ask if we can open that. I know they can be wanting the air running, so maybe we'll just go through this door. There's the stage. We've been in this room many times before over the years. Always usually power here. We get by with what's here. And it's kind of a boomy room, but it's a larger room. So it's typically okay.
While Bart's figuring it out, I'm going to get the carts ready because this is going to be one where we're going to be loading in and out with carts.
Just talked to the venue manager and we got the okay to open the door. We just want to make sure we're being kind. I guess I'll clear. So we're not going to open it up all the way, just so we limit the amount of air coming out. So Bart's got to figure out how much PA we're going to set up, huh?
Oh, well, I was going to start.
I think we'll do what we did the other day.
Okay.
All right. So I think we're gonna do 2 subs in a one high pack. If we can get by with that outdoor, we can certainly get by with that here. It's 2:25 and we are technically really close to downtown. I think there's a big concert going on, Taylor Swift. I don't know if we can see it, but it's stadium's right over there where that's going on. So there's a lot going on down here. There's Pride Fest going on. But we're kind of in our own little sanctuary here. And what's really cool here for how close to downtown we are, that's where we loaded in and that's where we get to park. We'll take it. We'll definitely take it. The only thing that is a little bit concerning, there could be some bigger weather moving in. And so I elected to park a little bit more this way. There was a tree that actually fell down over there into the street. I don't want any trees falling on our truck. But hopefully just thunderstorms and nothing else beyond that. Stacy's in there. We're gonna have plenty of time, I think, to get this up and rocking. So when we come into the room, the first thing we do is kind of assess the situation, and there's always considerations with how the dance floor is aligning as far as where the mains can go. I think in this case, we're probably just gonna put the subs back here, which isn't ideal, but Stacy, on that last gig we did, I don't know if you noticed, but they were doing that one song, the Love Train or whatever.
Yeah.
They were literally walking right in front of the cabinets, the mains.
The singers,
yeah, and there was not even one squawk. We're just gonna line them up, the subs right here, and if we can get away with that the other night, then you're exposing half the the hard things here we're doing, right? Okay. I think this is where we're gonna land, Stacy. You might want to go inside out with that so we can get those trees up high enough. And then the other thing, we're only gonna have 3 wedges up here, and I'm not sure where they're gonna go yet.
Is that okay?
I don't know. Is it sturdy? You want to do that instead?
Yeah. So
that's a good reason why we do this stuff first, so we are not having to deal with moving a whole stack.
Yeah.
So typically, you just need to be concerned about, you don't want to get the feedback with the mics going out the mains, but we just don't have that problem if things are EQ'd and the gear we have. But ideally, we would like the cabinets out.
What did we just figure out or find out?
I mean, we've been having some lighting issues, and I think initially we were thinking afterwards, was it something where we were getting some interference with our in-ear here, with the in-ear itself. So we've been mounting it over here to avoid that. But we've been having some issues, more issues than normal with our lighting, and I wonder if this has been our issue, Stacy.
Possibly, although I would think that if that were the case, all of them would wig out.
Well, but it's the farthest one, it seems like.
Okay.
Now we got this backup one, which is the one that has some intermittent power issues. So we're kind of limping along here. Hopefully, yeah, we'll just have to hope this works. Otherwise, we're doing some wiring. Check. 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Hey. Hey. Oops. Hey. Check 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Let's go back to this one. Check 2. Check 2. Check for her monitor.
Yes.
Got it. Check 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. Are we gonna do a drum check?
Sure.
All right. So you're able to manage that, right?
Manage the drums?
Yep.
Sure.
See Stacy do a sound check on drum.
You should be the one doing this.
Okay. Slow down. You started out really good, and then you. Okay. There. So I don't even have that in the mix. It's not going to be needed.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have it. Can you just tap on the hi-hat mic? I think it's there. Okay, Tom. Hear that? Is there a rattle up there? Do you hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep going. Oh, it's something rattling over here. Oh, it's my ears. Okay, go ahead. I heard a rattle. It's my earphones maxing up. Go ahead. Lower top. Go back to the other one. Okay. Tap on the overhead. Okay, that's good.
Good.
Yeah, we did a line check on everything else. Where's the mic for his guitar amp?
I gotta put it up.
Okay.
Okay.
But you got a line over there?
Yes, I do have a line.
Okay, here's what we got. We ended up, Bart didn't plan this out as good as he could have. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mixes. So we added, I forgot to add the drums, and then we added one for the horns. And we're at a grand total of 18 channels, including MC and the guest violin, which we just line checked. And let's change that to MC. So we are line checked. Yep. How's it going out there?
It's going good. Just need to be able to look up some tunes for them to play.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I got to get my mutes set. As long as we're here, well, I'm going to unmute the things I don't want to assign to a mute group. We'll mute what we want to assign to mute 1. So the way I do it is I keep it simple. I keep it instruments, vocals, and subgroups. So there's the instruments. Let's keep going, make sure we got everything. Okay, and then we'll go to save. We'll save that as 1. So that's 1. And then we'll go to our vocals. Guest violin, I'm just gonna leave. Actually, I'll just mute it. I don't want to save it part of the mute group. So mute, mute, mute. Save 2. That's that. And then I put the subgroups on their own mute, and what that allows me to do then is mute the fronts, because I run everything into a subgroup without muting monitors. So if people are up there testing or whatever they're doing, the monitor will still be hot but will not be coming out the front. So before the band starts, mute 1 and 2 are off, and then this is unmute that, and then we're hot through the PA. Typically for a MC or guest, just keeping it simple, I just route those to the main. And that's about it. I think we are good. Just bring our master down, mute everything else for now. Our mics are all off. We're running our ear unit. Stacy's battling this.
I'm playing.
Okay, she's playing. We're not battling. This is the most time-intensive case we've ever purchased, Stacy, isn't it?
Yes.
This is a separate conversation in itself, and we bought this case because we wanted a nice microphone case, but man, it's a challenge, isn't it? It's this locking mechanism is just, I'll call it the way it is, it's just junk. The key gets stuck in there, we can't get it locked. You gotta hook it, show them the hook, Stace. Which is just a pain in the ass. It's just, upside down, so you gotta it takes 2 arms, 2 legs, and a lot of wishing or hoping that it's actually going to turn and lock. It's a great case itself, just a terrible inside design. In fact, I think we talked about this one, and I cannot recommend them. It's a Harman cases. We got it off of eBay. The case itself is nice, but this internal design with the split top is well, actually, we can deal with that. It's that is this locking crappy mechanism they have here and then we put.
How do you really feel, Bart?
We put this rope on here because otherwise we're gonna end up losing the key, because you got to take the key out in order to close it. It's just a mess. Okay, so we're using both of these. Hi.
The bandos are playing, but I printed them a copy anyways.
Okay. Yeah, you can leave it anywhere.
Very much.
The horns are getting that one and 2, and then I'm just using that one for the bass player, who's going to be right here. And then we got devices for everybody, which we were not going to spares, but we didn't bring our extra ones, and so we kind of ran out. So we got this one, we got our the fire that we're commandeering for the drummer. Moving on to the surface, and that's going to be for the sax player. The phone there will be for the trumpet. Phone here will be for singer, and then the phone there is going to be for the keyboard player. Those are holding up really well with their Wi-Fi connection. That reminds me, I got to get our extender going. And then guitar, we got a wedge for him. We're going to get changed here. I think things kind of kick off in about a half an hour. So we better look at our itinerary, make sure we're ready to go, Stacy and everyone. Okay, we'll check in there. No, open that back up. I got to see that.
Dude, that's what happens when you gotta.
That's spaghetti, isn't it? It's 7:44. All the speeches are done. We're getting ready to start here. We got all the in-ear mixes up and we're ready to go. Got the singer's belt pack here, transmitter, and receiver. So she's set. Bass player, he's up and going. And drums. Got keyboard up. So we're very close. All the mixes are working. That signal, just kind of doing a final check, making sure that nobody's Wi-Fi dropped. Stage looks good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like you to turn your attention to the dance floor. Let's welcome the bride and groom for their first dance as husband and wife. Give it up.
Lost all my stuff, girl. It's 11:03, and I'm way out here, but we're done in about 25 minutes. And this sky, I showed you the weather just a minute ago. You can see maybe you can. We may end up be loading out in a thunderstorm, which is always fun, right? Oh, I lost connection here. I better. Here's the Mississippi River. We're right on the river. It's loud in there. It's not the band, it's just this room. Been doing this room probably 20 years. I always kind of forget how not great sounding it is, but hey, just deal with it. The systems are better now. We got a pretty decent mix going on.
There by 12:50, 1 hour 20 minutes. Not bad.
I think we've kind of found out what's going on with our DMX lights. And
yes.
Another one will be in our mailbox already Monday morning. So that's the cool thing, is that we can get a replacement really quick. And it was a good idea. It was nice to know that our old one, which just has a little bit of a faulty plug, it did a great job. The second thing is, two of my subgroups, including the vocals, just went goodbye. Poof. I don't know when it happened. Our mixer tends to just keep dreaming up ways to keep me on my toes. I think what I got to do is I'm just going to reset the mixer, back it up, reset the mixer, and reload everything in, because it seems like every gig there's just some things that are going on between stage boxes reassigning themselves and losing routing, and then tonight losing my subgroup. So when they started singing, I had no vocals going out the front. That room is a challenge. Like I remembered, I think we got it sounding pretty good, but it's still just a challenge. And in fact, I think we're going to be back there in a couple months. I think we're just going to go with one sub and one high pack. I get a little bit uncertain, I guess, what to do in a boomy room with low end. Sometimes I want to feel like I want to try to, with the two subs, kind of can help clarify the low end, or it can add just even more rumble. I think in this room and tonight, it just added more rumble. The other thing too that I just wanted to bring up real quick is we scrambled with the mixes. This was a little bit of a rough start, and we're still learning. So number one is the clip-on mic that we used for the sax player was making a lot of noise through his monitor and into his ears. And I've noticed that with some instruments, saxes, that happens, and others it hasn't. So I don't know if any of you guys play sax out there. Why clip-on mic? I don't know if it's just the way they got them set, if it depends on the instrument or whatever, but we were just, we had to swap it out and put up a regular mic. I screwed up on a mix, so we kind of threw the bass player for a loop. I corrected it. The sax player, his second thing is that, he had his wireless in his pocket, and I'm guessing he was getting a little bit of interference. He said it was cutting out. We listened to his mix, and it was fine through mine, so I think it was just, he had it in his pocket. He was getting some dropouts. We got to get guys to mount them on their belts. Once we got past that, it all worked out. Everybody was happy with their mixes and all of that. But we just kind of we learned some stuff. I learned some stuff, and we just need to try to be more diligent about a couple things. But other than that, yeah, you saw the wedding. Everybody had a great time, and actually the
Floor was packed the whole night. It was awesome.
The father of the bride came up to me and thanked us.
I think also too, I mean, we had a lot of comments from the band members in regards to the devices.
We did?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
They must talk to you. I must be too intimidating or something.
No, just that they really appreciated the ability to just do it on their, do it themselves.
I think we can kind of probably put a stamp on that topic. We kind of lose track of what we talk about from gig to gig. I know we've talked about that a lot, just like our pec run. But this was a big investment, a big kind of mindset change for us. Primarily me advancing the gigs, pushing the band members to give me the information we need so we can show up and be as prepared, and especially with these in-ears being prepared and ready to go. So anything else, Stacey?
Yes, because I think with that being said too, make sure you have a backup in case, because we had it. There was a couple things we did have to switch out. And
yes. And one of the things we didn't do is we got to keep our mic stands readily available, and we need to keep our a couple cables out, which that's pretty standard, and it didn't happen tonight. All right, we'll see you. Good night. Ready? Whoops. Hey. Get to it. Get good. Get that and tear it apart.